What's up guys, I'm Random Frank P, back with an episode of Cool Tech Under $50 for August. The series where we show some of the best tech you can find under that price. If you see anything you like today, I'm gonna have it all listed for you guys in the description down below so you can check it out. But also shout out to last month's winners. I picked 5 of you guys so you can claim your tech from last month's episode. That USB hologram was a massive hit, so if you missed last month's episode, definitely check it out. And if you want to win today, all you gotta do is drop a thumbs up on the video, leave a comment on what your favorite item is and why you like it, and third, make sure you subscribe because I'm only gonna pick subscribers to the channel, obviously. Now, before we begin, if you've taken notice to my shirt, happy to announce I'm finally launching some merch. Also, gonna give you guys a chance to get a free PS5 Slim Digital, all with today's sponsor, Whatnot. Whatnot's an online social marketplace where you can discover some of your favorite products like sports cards, Pokemon cards, electronics, and tons of other things with these rapid fire auctions happening in real time. Bid on things like Bose headphones, AirPods, PC components, you name it, with a ton of these auctions kicking off at just $1. And speaking of $1, everything you see is gonna be up for grabs starting at $1. We're talking peripherals, PC components, hardware, and 3 big giveaways next week, August 17th at 7 p.m. right on the Whatnot app. So come by, hang out, grab a bunch of steals starting at $1, and like I showed before, we're gonna have some pretty cool giveaways that you're not gonna wanna miss out on. It's gonna be a massive show, definitely pumped to launch some merch as well. And if you use my sign up link in the description down below, you'll get $15 off your first purchase, which also means you can get stuff like a mug and a t-shirt for just the price of shipping. But I'm really excited to launch this stuff. We got a few different options with the isometric logo being integrated into a t-shirt and a nice sleek black mug for all my coffee lovers out there. And if you want a bigger 16-ounce mug, also launching this midnight green Topo logo mug that I think is really nice as well. I'm definitely excited for the stream next week. Hope to see you guys there. Now, first up is something that I genuinely use daily and figured it would be a good fit for the series since I've tried numerous other options and this one by far takes the cake. This is a multi-use MagSafe mount, the Edge Core Pro, and while it sounds boring, trust me, it's been useful. It's super thin and strong. So first up, the main intended use for this is to be mounted on your laptop. It comes with multiple different 3M mounts inside the box. This one here is meant so your phone can be mounted next to your screen. And as you'll see, I just added an extra skin that I have from Dbrand, so it just visually blends in for my personal use. But back to the actual mount, it folds out so your phone is directly off to the side so you can still see notifications, use it for taking calls, browsing, whatever. But the main reason I bought it, make fun of me all you want, is for Whatnot. I'm watching streams daily, like buying cards 24/7, and I wanted to have that second screen so I could still view multiple streams at once, and this solution has worked out the best. But again, that's just my use case. I'm sure you could think of other ways it would be useful for you to have your phone mounted right next to your laptop screen. What this is also great for is video calls. Since the mount can be adjusted and it's magnetic, I can now prop it up vertically instead of outward, and I use my phone's camera for FaceTime or Zoom meetings, giving me much better quality versus the built-in webcam. Still doesn't end there. If you're at your desktop or just away from the laptop, you can keep the mount on the back of your phone still and then fold it out so it's now doubling as a stand to prop your phone up. Again, great for catching notifications at a glance. Thought I was done there? Wrong again. With the other included 3M mounts, I have one on my other setup hidden under the monitor riser, letting me use that main mount to hold my phone in the middle of the riser right in front of me. So if I'm gaming or hopping on Discord, I can still have my phone right there. And yeah, this all stems from my Pokemon addiction and not wanting to miss streams, and this was the best solution. So this has been absolutely clutch for me and is by far the most versatile mount that I've come across, a great pickup for under $30. Now this one's great for work on the go, traveling, or like taking notes during class or a lecture. This is a super compact, folding, low profile, wireless 65% keyboard. Mechanical keyboard at that, with low profile mechanical switches inside, something I've never seen before in this form factor. And this also has a built-in phone and a tablet stand that folds in and out as well. This is the Royal Kludge F68. And Royal Kludge is no stranger to the budget keyboard scene, but this one is definitely one of a kind. So checking it out, the aluminum board splits right down the middle and folds inward for taking it on the go, then lays perfectly flat when you're ready to use it. With it being wireless, you can connect it to 3 devices at once over Bluetooth and switch sources on the fly with function QWE. And speaking of which, the low profile switches we have here are nice and linear at just 13 millimeters in height, and they actuate at only 1.2 millimeter. They also have tactile brown switches available, as well as a white keyboard model, but I'm digging this combo of the linear reds with the black board. It's sleek. And with it being a 65% form factor, you still have the function keys for doing things like changing the LED brightness, multimedia control, stuff like that. I've seen and used other folding keyboards in the past. They've all been flimsy and cheap feeling, but this F68 being aluminum and mechanical really makes it unique in the market of compact keyboards. Is that a keyboard in your pocket? You're just happy to see me. This one comes in just around $44 with the listing promo being applied on Amazon. Now we have a re-release from Amazon, which is pretty cool. One of the questions that I get a lot is about this Echo Spot that you usually see back in my desk setup behind me. I bought this back in 2017, but they discontinued it shortly after. Now we have the all-new 2024 Echo Spot to refresh the lineup. And while the entire face of the device is no longer a screen, it's just that upper portion, one of the major upgrades has to do with the grill on the bottom. The speaker inside provides some serious gains. It sounds way better than before, while still being a nice compact addition to your desk or your nightstand. This can do all your typical Alexa needs and requests, from adjusting your home temperature if you have it automated with smart home appliances. It's great for getting weather outlooks, setting reminders, timers, or just asking Alexa anything on the fly. It's 2024, I'm sure you're familiar with that by now. But really, even just for using it as like a smart home hub and for music in your room's really the sweet spot for this. Whether it's Amazon Music, Pandora, Spotify, the quality you get from this is really impressive and will easily fill the room with no issues. They say it has a quote vibrant sound, and I couldn't agree more. Another thing I can appreciate is the customization, so it fits in with your room or setup. In the settings, you can customize the clock face and theme with 6 different faces and styles that show the clock, the date, and weather. You can pick which face you like the most, with the color palette just being an added bonus so it can visually fit in with its surroundings. The greenish teal color that I used is a perfect match for my monitor wallpaper, so going with that pairing is just a nice complementary piece to the setup. Amazon makes this in 3 different colors, black, white, and a blue color, so again, you can really match this nicely to your aesthetic between the themes and the speaker itself. And you're probably wondering why the listing says $79 instead of under $50, which is what it launched at. So it launched for Prime members at just $45, which is a great price, before going back up to $80, unfortunately. Obviously, I wouldn't have included it in this series if I knew they were doing a price hike. I reached out to them. They are gonna have frequent lightning deals. We can get it for $45, bringing it under $50 for the series, but still a cool pickup if you've been after an Echo Spot or something like it. Now we've got another gadget that I genuinely use around the house that's a good fit for today. That's this Fanttik D2 laser. And what's cool about this is that it casts a 100-foot self-leveling laser to make your DIY projects or hanging stuff on the wall 10 times easier. So to show you what's going on, the internal pendulum laser inside can level itself within a 4-degree angle. So depending on where you have this set up, the laser can level itself to be perfectly straight, so that its projection is nice and level for you in this unlocked mode. You can also choose to lock the laser if you don't want it to balance itself. I bought this a few months back for when I got the wooden slat panels. This made lining everything up and mounting them evenly so much easier to finish up the streaming room. And since the laser is that cross projection, that means you have perfectly accurate lines vertically and horizontally, which is also clutch for shelving and picture frames, pretty much mounting anything. Again, not only did I use this for those slat panels, but adding the keyboard shelves was a breeze because it gave me that visual layout. My OCD then kicked in and I went around and made sure other frames we have on the walls are even. And as you can see here with my sound absorption panel, dead center, vertically and horizontally. So while it may not be for everyone, I know the majority of you guys out there like the gaming tech stuff, this series is all about finding cool gadgets in general. And I wanted to diversify the showcase a little bit. I'm sure some of you out there could find this useful. What's also a nice bonus is it has this little adapter mount. So if you're using this at like an elevated height for mounting something, you can just attach this to a tripod, makes it nice and convenient. And you also have magnets on the back of the little bracket here. So if you're in a scenario or a room where there's a lot of metal or something, you can just stick it on there and it'll work just fine. You can get this right below $35. The listing's about $55, but you can use the built-in Amazon coupon codes there and it'll knock it down to just around $35. Now lastly for today is a USB switcher for getting the most out of your desk setup if you have multiple workstations. This UGreen switcher lets you dock 4 USBs to 2 devices at once in a compact hub that puts convenience first. So this connects to your desktop and a laptop or 2 PCs. In the front you have 3 USB-A's and a USB-C to connect your mouse, keyboard, flash drive, transmitters. Any peripheral or USB device can get loaded up in the front and used across 2 setups. Now what I really like to make the switching sources easier, they have this optional input switcher that can switch the USBs with just the press of a button, in addition to the button that's already built into the top of the dock already. This means I can have the switcher tucked away with all the cables and USB devices out of sight, and now control the use of my 2 setups at my desk with just this little controller at an arm's reach. Definitely a nice way to keep the setup nice and organized still. Again, is a USB switcher the coolest of tech out there? No, but this series is all about finding interesting gadgets that could definitely improve your setup, your daily routine, the quality of life. And that's where UGreen I think comes in here, because it's nice, well-made, compact, multiple inputs and outputs, and having that little input button so you can just control stuff at an arm's reach while keeping the dock actually tucked away makes it a good fit for the series under $50. So guys, that'll wrap it up for this episode of Cool Tech Under 50 for August. Hope you all enjoyed. Like I said before, all the tech we showed off is listed for you guys in the description down below. If you like this episode, give it a big thumbs up to show your support. Feel free to follow me on Twitter at randomfrankp. And lastly, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button. Hope you all enjoyed. Have a good day.